What is going on, guys? Jack here, and welcome back to episode number 18 of our RB Barna Let's Play. I'm nervous, I'm excited. Today we are going to be ending season number 2 live. Yes, we go into this 3 games left of the season, knowing that we could one-up Barcelona and Real Madrid this year, but we kind of need a miracle. Yeah, this is going to be tasty. You can see here, Haaland is top goal scorer, Denis Suarez has the most assists. Between them, they have the highest average ratings in the league. We've been superb, and well, today we're going to be concluding this season. Anyway, if you missed last episode, it was another live episode. We are doing this one live. There is going to be no cut, no middle bit. This is going to be all-out action here in Football Manager. And I'm a little bit nervous and excited to get into it today. Of course, we have 3 games left of the season. We trail Barcelona by 2 points. We are ahead, or no, we're behind Real Madrid due to goal difference because our head-to-head is the exact same. And yeah, this is exciting. You can see Suarez is on the brink of an assist record. The current record is 14. He's only got 3 games left, so yeah, he's got a little bit of a tall order if he wants to surpass 14, but there's a chance. Of course, Lobotka, our former man, he's going to be playing here for Atleti. They signed him from us for £22 million. I think we made the right decision to sell him. I'll let you guys be the judge, but yeah, that is not a good rating, is it, by any means, and not a great return when you spend £20 million on a player. I have the option to hold a team meeting, and you know what? I'm going to do it. I'm going to tell the players that I expect us to win. Look at this. Some of them are loving it. Haaland's like, the manager's right, we've got this, and we're going to not let someone else take our title. Yes, Erling. He knows. He knows. He's up for it. Meanwhile, Fran Lopez, you're burdening us with your expectations. Also, he's got 1 bravery. He sprained his knee ligaments recently. What was his bravery at? I swear it wasn't at 1. It's dropped from 4 to 1. That is... That's what happens when you sprain your knee ligaments, apparently. You become the least brave person in the world. And that might explain why he's a little upset. I respect those who don't agree with me, but you're wrong. Right, good reaction. I'm nervous. I'm excited. If I'm not mistaken, Real Madrid and Barcelona play earlier today, so they have a chance to set the standard. There is a chance, by the way, that we go through, we lose this game, and then the last game of the season is completely irrelevant. If that does happen, if we find ourselves in a situation where we just finish 3rd with a game left, we might then do a cut. I'll jump to the end of the season, we'll look through the awards and all that jazz. I'm looking at the fact that Real Madrid have got to play Rayo in their first game, and I'm remembering the fact that we lost against them 2-0 and Barcelona drew against them 0-0. Rayo, I need you to do us another massive, massive favour. Can they do it for us? No, Luka Jovic with a goal to send Real Madrid top. And now Valencia v Barcelona. Valencia, can you do us a favour? Oh my word, they can. They can. And you know what the big thing here is? Goal difference is now the difference between ourselves and Real Madrid. If we can beat Atletico Madrid by 3-0, I think we go top. I might be wrong there. Don't quote me on that. That's a little bit ifs and buts. But the way things are playing out now, if we win all our remaining games of the year and end up with better goal difference than Real Madrid, we could win the league. But we are taking on 5th place Atletico Madrid today. And whilst it's a game at home, I'm still quite nervous and excited for it. You can see here, this is the spending of teams' transfer spend. Have we been the big spenders? We've been the 2nd biggest spenders this year. We spent £20 million. On the other side of things, you can see Real Madrid, the big spenders. They spent twice as much as us. And, a few teams making some profit as well, including Levante and Atletico Madrid. Right. We take on Atleti here. I'm a little bit scared, but we're in a good winning run. Unfortunately, Onguene is suspended for today's game. So, Perez, you're coming in. You've got to do the business for us, lad. At right back, Estevez. I don't know if he could have dreamed to be in this situation here. He was playing for FC Porto's B team. We signed him for £500,000. He's improved so much this year. Like, he might be my favourite player of Football Manager 2020 so far, dare I say it. We've only had him for 1 year, but I mean, look at that smile. Look at that smile. How could you not feel happy seeing him at right back? The rest of our team looks very, very solid here as well. Kevin's on the bench, bless him. He's been out injured for a little while. He's now a great option on the bench because he can now play left-back as well, which I absolutely love. And Bemba proved his worth last time out. We've got Moriba Hadara on the bench. Elena, who, of course, has had a lot of issues with injuries. He's back. He's not match fit, but he's back. And if we need him, we could call upon him. Hurtado and Mina on the bench as well. Our starting 11 here. I'm looking at Haaland. I'm sat thinking, you've got 24 goals, a few more, and we're off to the races. Let's see if he can get them here. This is not going to be easy. It's the first game of this end-of-season live com. We have to beat Atleti. I don't think a draw's enough. Although with Barcelona slipping up now, that does make things slightly more forgiving because they were the team pulling away with things. Is Football Manager about to do the thing where it says the teams are warming up for ages? Please don't do this. Please don't do this. What's happening? I saw myself in my dressing room for a second. Who let the camera crew in there? Right, let's get into this game. I don't know what that break was about. If you were wondering, by the way, what I reached for, I realised that my computer speakers aren't muted, so I have just muted them because I don't want, if a Windows update happens or if someone messages me, you all being deafened and being confused. We've all been there. You're watching a YouTube video and you hear like a Twitter notification or a Facebook notification sound and you check your phone or your tab in your computer and you're just confused. I don't want to be the guy who deceives you, especially in a game as big as this one. Anyway, they're on the attack. This is concerning. Get that, Blanco. No nonsense. We're at home here. They're in 5th. They've been awful this year, Atletico Madrid. They were expected to finish 3rd. We've stolen their mantle. David, please. Oh, he's got to score that. 1-on-1. Oblak. Huge stop for them. 2 minutes in and we're already tearing them apart with the big ball over the top. Feels very, very effective of our team. David and Haaland are just so quick. What can Mendes do here? Inside to Florentino Luis. Gives it to Fernandez, who smashes it just wide. That wasn't far wide either. This is an optimistic start. I'm feeling good about this. I've got my Trequartista shirt on. I don't know if this is a good look shirt. If we somehow win the league, we'll look at it as a good look shirt. We need to defend this here. It's whipped in. Back with Koke out wide. Gives it to Herrera, who just smashes it in. That's not what I wanted to see. Second goal of the season for Hector Herrera. Oh, we started so well and then David missed a chance. You can see here Herrera gives it back to Koke, laid back, and could Blanco do better? I feel like I don't want to throw him under the bus, but I feel like he has just sat down there and that's not ideal. Haaland's now picked up a knock. It could be a pulled groin. YOLO. I've said YOLO unironically. He's staying on the pitch. Let's hope he doesn't aggravate it, but he's our top goal scorer. He's our difference maker. We need him on the pitch if we can, and while Blanco collects that, just boot it up to Haaland. It's what we've done all year. There you go. Gives it to Denis Suarez this time, who dinks it to Haaland. There we go. He's clean through. Can he finish it? Maybe the injury has ruined him. We've had 2 clear-cut chances one-on-one, and in both of them, I've gouged my own eyes out because I just don't want to look at it when we miss them. We've got another chance here. David, can he keep it in, the Canadian? He can, but he gives it to Jimenez, who collects. And now they're going to bring it away with Herrera, the goal scorer. They've had 1 shot on target and it's flown in. We've had 2 clear-cut chances and 2 half chances. There's definitely been games this season where we've had way more chances and end up losing because we don't take them. Blanco, that is a huge stop by him. And Perez prevents the corner as well, which is great. 5 minutes left of the half. Oh my word. We need a goal before half time. We need a goal. What a ball that is. Oh, David, you wazzock. You've got to hit the target, my friend. You've got to hit the target there. It was a crazy ball through to him. There's another highlight. There's 2 minutes of added time. With 2 minutes have been played. Get it in the mixer. David's there again. It's clear to Luis. Give it to Jed. Have a go. Haaland. Smash it. He does smash it. Keeper parries it. Can't get there. He was offside. Don't get excited, Jack. It's 1-0 at half time. Where's the passion, lads? I'm going to be passionate here. You've got the ability to make a difference. There's a lot to come from you all. That's what I want to see. A sea of green. David's been awful. You know what? Santi Mina, get on the pitch, my friend. They've taken off Morata for Diego Costa. So at half-time, both teams have swapped out their strikers. It's been that kind of game. They've got a chance here anyway. We block the cross from coming in. Llorente keeps it unquestionably. Go on, Denis Suarez. Go on, my friend. Go on, Dennis. Go on. Can he finish it? He can finish it. Let's go. He might not get assists, kind of the record number of assists this season, but if he scores goals like that are going to make a difference, we'll take them. He keeps it in. Llorente's had an absolute Western supermare. Denis Suarez marauds through. He charges through the number 10. He does it on his own. He's seen David's finishing in the first half. He's thought, I'm not taking any chances. I'll do it myself. And what a finish that is. And off that, they've taken off João Felix. They've had enough. Apparently some of our players looking nervous. I'm going to get them refocused. Look at that. An hour gone. Jedson Fernandez hasn't played great. I'm going to take him off and I'm going to bring in Hadara. And do I want to bring in Hurtado for Haaland? If that injury is serious, that could cause us issues. Do I trust Hurtado to get us goals? We've called him the Nicholas Bentner of RB Barna. Maybe every dog has their day. Maybe today is Hurtado's day. I want to believe. Alright, can we stop the ball getting whipped in here? Llorente, who was pretty much the MVP for our goal, keeping the ball in. On the ball, give it to us again. He does give it to us. Santi Mina, where is Hurtado? He's in the middle. Keep an eye on him. Number 11. He's playing pressing forwards. You wouldn't know that he was playing it. Finally, he realises that I'm looking at him and he does need to put in some effort, but Atleti with the ball here. You can see our compact, narrow defensive shape here. Working quite nicely, although they found a way in behind. I am nervous. Don't let him hit it. Blanco, I don't know if it was going in, my friend, but you've made sure that it isn't going in. We've had 4 clear-cut chances and 3 half chances. I'm a little bit miffed. We need to defend this here. Diego Costa, did Blanco save it again? Oh, my word. He's earning his salary today, is Blanco. Some huge, huge stops for us. Vitolo heads it straight into his hands. We've made all our subs. There's 20 minutes left. We have a set piece. Suarez whips in. Mina's there. It falls down. And Diego Costa's now going to run away with it. Chase him. Stop him. Foul him if you need to. That'll do, Reguilon. He's just murdered Diego Costa there. Spaniard on Spaniard. And while Reguilon comes out on top. And now we look to build. Denis Suarez pings the ball to Mendes on the right, who keeps it in. Can he get the ball in on his left foot? He can't. And now we have to be scared. This is end-to-end stuff. Hadara, that looked like a foul. It's not been given. Keep it going, Hadara. On off the bench. Be the difference maker. Make me look like a genius. He wins it. He gives it to Denis Suarez, who threads it to Hurtado. Can he finish it? This is your moment. He smashes it. Hadara's... How's that not gone over the line? I swear that went over the line. Oh, it's so close. If we miss out on the title by that distance, it's going to hurt. I thought it was in. Oh my word. They've brought on Lobotka. If he scores against us, I'm going to be very, very upset. Do I want to go more attacking? Oh, go on then. Go on then. Limited time left. We've gone very attacking. We're rolling the dice here. A draw isn't going to be enough. Hurtado, finish it, please. Hurtado scores! Every dog has his day, and it's Jan's day today. Oh my word, thank you. Right, back to just positive now. We're not even going to go attacking. Reguilon lumps it forward. They call him the Barna Bentner. And well, he's had his day today. That was a great finish as well into the top corner. He keeps us in the title fight. Was it offside? Well, we'll never know. We'll never know. Ignore the fact that we're training him to play box-to-box midfielder. Maybe he is a striker after all. Look at that body language. It's all negative. Atletico Madrid are livid. Hurtado, the difference maker. We win in our first game of today's episode. What a comeback that is. Haaland out for 3 to 4 days. He will be fit for the next game in 5 days, I hope. My word. I am kind of stressed. I'm going to be honest. We're back at full strength as well. We've only got 5 days till our next game. Give everyone a rest. Anyone who's not injured, take 2 days off. Come back re-energised. Because we're playing on a Friday now. We get to set the benchmark. We get to draw a line in the sand and say, match this to the likes of Real Madrid and Barcelona. So you can see here, Real Madrid ahead of us by 2 goals. It is goal difference separating us. I should check, but I think the next kind of settler after goal difference is goals scored. Who has scored more? Because that actually could prove crucial at this point. Goals for, we have scored more. So with 2 games left, Real Madrid, they need to win. We need to win. If they win their 2, we have to win our 2 games and score 2 more goals in terms of the goal difference, net goal difference, I guess, than they get in their 2 games. Barcelona can only look ahead and hope that either ourselves or Real slip up. If we just look at our remaining games, who have we got? We've got Villarreal away and Betis away. They're not easy games by any means, but if we want to be title winners, we've got to win them. Who have Madrid got? Let's have a look here. They've got Osasuna in 14th and Huesca, both at home. I think they've lost 2 games at home all year. Oh no, Dom's got a hip injury, folks. He's been on loan at Salzburg. I've been quite underwhelmed by his development. And now he's got a hip injury. I mean, it's a disaster. The good news is, by the way, the other players who have been out on loan at Salzburg, they've reinvented themselves. Beltran is going to be like a brand new player coming into the team. Gil is going to be, well, ready for the first team, I think. And even the table. We should discuss our table. Look at him. I'm almost half tempted to loan him back next year because he's developed so much there. Give him another year in the oven and he's going to come out superb. He's like a slow cooking cake. I'm not one to know bakery stuff or baking, so I couldn't tell you a cake that you have to bake slowly and for a long time. But I kind of feel like the table is like that. Estevez is showing remarkable signs of improvement. I mean, look at him. Look at him. £500,000, folks. That is one of the best deals that you're going to see all year in Football Manager, that £500,000. Let me tell you that now. You can see here, I've been scouting a few players, just seeing who's available, you know, what the market's all about. Yeah, this guy looks quite good. I was looking at him between episodes just because he plays for Gremio, who of course have the centre mid who we've been eyeing up, whose name has now escaped me. This guy, Matias Enrique, don't think I've given up on trying to sign him. He's still on my shopping list. But yeah, I stumbled across this guy who looked quite good. He's 15 years old and he's capped for Brazil's under-20s. That's usually quite a good sign for a player when they're capped at under-20s and they're 15 years old. We'll have an eye on him, but, well, let's not focus on signing players, Jack, because if we win the league, our possible signings are probably quite different to if we only get second. The fact I'm talking about only getting second now is kind of funny. Right, Villarreal, we play on the Friday night here, so we play before everyone else. We have a chance to go top of the league. We kind of need to smash them. We kind of need to score a lot of goals against them, which is going to be half the challenge. Haaland has passed a fitness test. Manchester City are interested. Don't like the look of that. I'm quite happy to go with this team, I think. Hadara did play very well last game. And Jedson Fernandez has been a little underwhelming. You know what? I'm going to bring Hadara in the centre midfield position, I think. Do I want to give Hurtado a start? I don't. Let's not be silly here. That goal was his second league goal of the year, by the way. He can be our impact sub, who are also training to play as a box-to-box midfielder. They've got a quite good team, Villarreal, but they are languishing in mid-table, so we do need to beat them. I would like to beat them by a few goals. The way things are playing out here, we kind of could do with stuffing them 4-0. Hint, hint, Football Manager. If you can hear me, if anyone from Sports Interactive is like tapped into my microphone and listening to me talk about the game that I'm playing, 4-0 would be superb. Let's be honest, we need to focus on winning these games first and foremost. They're both away from home against Villarreal and Betis. They're not going to be easy. And well, Blanco, you beautiful man. What a save that is after 4 minutes. We do now have to deal with a corner, which I'm equally as nervous about. Can we get it away? I mean, it falls straight into Blanco's hands. He's loving it. Blanco has been a little saviour for us. He's my guardian angel. Look at him. He looks so happy. But yeah, he's not the world's greatest goalkeeper, but he's Mr. Consistent, except from when he sat down on the floor and I get annoyed with him. Anyway, we've got a chance here. Onguene Mendes tries to get it in. That is one of the most disappointing crosses of the season. I'll give him the benefit of the doubt because it was on his weaker right foot. He lays it side to Hadara with Florentino Luis, who hits it just wide. Got to keep a big eye on Hadara and also, I guess, As a result, Luis in the centre of the midfield, because we've moved things around there. Jedson Fernandez, our saviour at the start of the year, our centre mid, with double goals scored for the year in terms of double figures, dropped him. It's a big call. And, well, it's 0-0 after 37 minutes. We're building from the back. Estevez, what can you do, my friend? He's got lots of grass ahead of him. He gives it inside to Luis, who lays it off to David. This is lovely build-up play. This is nice. What can you do, Estevez? Pull it back. Mendes now with it. Whips in. Haaland's there. That is a beautiful goal. That is such a nice goal. I love that. He's so close to 30 for the season. It's Mendes, the Celta Vigo boy, if I'm not mistaken, with the ball in. And, well, we'll let him off for that bad cross now. That was a better one on his weaker foot. I thought for a second there could be hints of offside, but the flag is not raised. We will take it. As I said, 4-0 is what I'm hoping for here. And, well, another highlight has immediately started. Let's not throw away our lead immediately. That would not be good. What are we going to do here? We're pressing high and we're pressing hard. Can we force an error out of them? The ball lumped forward, only as far as Kanate. Now with Hadara. Luis, back out wide to Mendes. Look for him on the overlap. There he is, Estevez. What can he do? Haaland's there, heads it. That is not a good header. The ball in was superb by the right back, but that is not the header we needed. Harry Santi Cazorla needs closing down. I'm inclined to agree. It's 1-0 at the break. I'm so nervous, folks. So nervous. 1-0 is good. Would I be happy with 1-0? I mean, it sets the bar where Real Madrid know they need to win. But given the fact they're playing 2 games at the Bernabeu, I kind of need them to start slipping up, and we need to win by more than 1 goal. Jonathan David's had another awful game. I'm bringing in Hurtado. I'm bringing in the cavalry. I'm also going to take off Hadara, but I'm going to bring in Mariba because I'm feeling adventurous. And you know what? Denis Suarez, you are average. Let's bring in Elena. We're going with the triple change. These are very unusual subs as well. These are not the strongest players on the bench necessarily. But they're players who I feel like they have a point to prove. And maybe they can prove that point. I mean, here's Elena, back from his broken ankle, giving it to Luis, who lays it to Mariba. Have a go, Mariba. It's blocked away to Mendes. Estevez, whip it in. Hurtado's there. He's there. He's headed it straight in the keeper's hands. It's back to regular service. He's done his heroics last match. I don't know why I'm expecting anything different from the number 11 today. Oh no, not like this. Toko Akambe's through. Oh my gosh, Blanco, you beautiful man. Toko Akambe's got to feel like he's going to finish that there. That is a let-off. Well, I mean, do I want to go more defensive? No. I want to shout, demand more. If in doubt, just shout, demand more. Works 99% of the time, 10% of the time. And by that, I mean it's just consistently effective. 1-0's fine. We've had a lot of 1-0s. 1-1 would not be fine, though. Please defend this. Please. What are we doing? Where is the defence? Kanate, what is that header they've scored? What are we doing? Oh, Villarreal. Bonfiglio with the goal. Oh, it hurts. We've got a minute and a half. We've got a minute and a half. We're throwing men forward because a draw is not enough. The world is not enough. Nothing's enough. Right, Elena, advanced playmaker attack. Mendes, inverted winger on attack. None of this distributing to defence. Over the top, counter press, boot it up basically. We have a minute and a half. I'm making all these changes. They're probably not going to make a difference. Focus it down the wings, but just get it there quickly. As direct and as quick as you can be. Actually, not full quickness, just very direct. Lump it forward, folks. We've got pacey forwards. We've got a minute and a half. This is going to amount to nothing, is it? Hurtado should score that header. Oh, how have we lost that? I mean, it was quite an even game, to be fair, but 23 shots to their 11. I don't want to watch highlights. I've accidentally hit play on highlights. Don't make me relive it. We're now hoping that Real Madrid lose. Or, I mean, a draw doesn't really help us. A draw just means we have to outscore them by 2 goals, no matter to whatever score they get, assuming they win. Perez, you've done well in training. What am I doing? Why am I praising him? My head's gone. Alex, you're doing well. Look at Alex. Yeah, you can have praise. Praise training. He loves it. I mean, at least someone's appreciative, Perez. How's Blanchard doing? I feel like Football Manager's trying to cheer me up by going, like, look how good all our young players are. I mean, it's good, but it's not making amends, Football Manager. Who do Real Madrid have? Who do they have? They've got Osasuna at home. I mean, Osasuna. I've never had an association with you ever. Oh my gosh. Amat, our former centre-back, is playing for them. I mean, in that case, Amat, do it for us. Florentino Luis is wanted by Carabao Cup winners Liverpool. And I love that's how they're describing Liverpool. 54 million. Ha! What's this release clause? 168. Asking price. That's a lot of teams interested. Asking price. His release clause. Please. There's no way he's leaving. The champ should look elsewhere. Right. Osasuna. Please, Osasuna. Please, Osasuna. A draw is not good enough. I need you to win. I need you to win the most scrappy 1-0 of your life. Just to put things into perspective, if we just look at the league table, we are, we've got 1 game left of the year. Last year, 92 points was enough to win the league. If we win our next game, we would have done enough to win the league last year. Real Madrid have lost 2 games all year. The only game they've lost at home was against us. They've drawn a lot of games. Go on, Osasuna. They've lost 4-0. Oh, that ruins everything. You were meant to lose narrowly if you were going to lose. Perez is now an EU citizen, so that helps us with our registration. Because that now means that Morato can be registered next year. So that's a silver lining, but it's not the most silver. Oh, that doesn't help us at all. Basically now, if Real Madrid draw, we need to win 6-0. So we kind of need them to lose, is basically the situation at hand. Also, if Barcelona win, do they go back ahead of us? They might well do. I didn't even consider that. That draw hurts. The 92nd minute goal. Oh, it stings. Our data analyst facilities have been done. Excellent. For some reason, I thought it said they'd gone down. That would have been a concern. Valencia, the biggest spenders, spending 70% of their turnover. We spend 25% of our turnover, which is actually the lowest in the league, which is, again, illustrates the fact that we have money to burn and that we really should be spending more on our wages. We talked about it last episode. Our wage budget is less than half of that of Atletico Madrid. So, yeah, if Barcelona win, well, we need 2 results to go our way. So we kind of need them not to win now on Monday. I don't know who they're playing, but whoever you're playing, please cause them issues. Salzburg won their league. Well done, Salzburg. Shout out to all our players who helped them on their way. I know they also won a domestic cup in the country as well. So that's pretty good. If we look at the league, last year they finished 5th. And if we look at this year, they've won it all. I mean, fair play. Well done to Brian Gill and Beltran. And the table. You all helped a lot. Apparently Stade Rennais are interested in Tavares. And I wouldn't be against selling him. We talked about it last time out. But of course, in the B team, we've got Herrero, who is probably a better left back. And I should probably promote next year into the first team. Right. I mean, it's Huesca. This is if you can do something against Barcelona, I have hope that you can do something against Real Madrid. You've lost 3-0. Oh, it's a disaster, folks. There's 1 game left of the year. We need an absolute miracle. We need Real Madrid to lose, or if they draw, we have to win 6-0, and we also need Barcelona to screw up. Anyway, we've had elections. Luis Benitez has won the election at the club. We are basically run similarly to how Leipzig are won, where they have elections. And yeah, you can see here we have a new general manager. So there you go. It's like Leipzig. It's set up exactly like Leipzig, is in the editor. Mendes wants a new contract. Can't afford it. Okay, I'll give you a new contract because you've been quite good this year. How much do you want? You're on 28,000 at the moment for the next 3 years. I do not like that release clause. He's going to want stupid money, isn't he? Realistically, I'd like him to ask for in a region of 40,000. That would be fair. That's a lot that you're asking for, my friend. First things first, up the release clause and lock it in. You want a wage rise after international games as well. I'll tell you what, if you play 5 games for Spain, I'll give you the 60,000 that you're asking for. He's not going to like this, but I don't like him either with this negotiation. What is this? The yearly wage rise being locked in. Less of that, you cheeky sod. Who is your agent? Because you need a new one. I don't want to give him more than 60,000 a week. Just accept that. Right. Is that a good deal for me? That's the kind of question you should ask before you hit confirm on the contract negotiations. 60,000 a week is a lot to give him, but he has been one of our best players this year. And he's quite critical to how we play in terms of being our right-sided player who's left-footed. Although next year he will have competition from Brian Gill. Apparently, allegedly, Crystal Palace are interested in Hurtado, who I might be willing to sell for the right price because he is taking up a foreign player spot and he's not been incredible for us, even if he did score that one goal that was quite good for us. And Bemba's out for the end of the season, so that's a mini disaster. I was a little bit panicked by Elena's injury, but it's just a day out with a bruised shin or something minor. I didn't even read what injury it was. I saw the 1 day out and I breathed a sigh of relief. That's how I approach these things. Oh, Betis away is not easy. I mean, the good news is we're not in a position to completely bottle the league here, and we never really have been. So I feel like there's less pressure. Why is our assistant saying he's confident of winning the title? What are you talking about? Why are you doing this? I'm going to warn Elena about his recent training. Fernandez has apparently been doing well in training. He has been doing... Let's give him a little bit of a praise. He loves it. Right, they're in 8th, we're in 3rd. We're guaranteed 3rd. 3rd is great this year. I wanted top 4. We're going to better that. The question is, how much are we going to better it by? So as a reminder, we need Real Madrid to lose. If they draw, we have to win 6-0, which feels unlikely, but weirder things have happened. Meanwhile, for Barcelona, if they win, we can't catch them. If they draw, we have to win. Oh, it's a bit of a night. Basically, we don't really stand a chance, and we're probably not going to win, but because there's a chance, I have to sit here and give you a reaction. Do I want to start Santimina? You know what? He's been absolutely awful as of late. I love Santimina, but 5 goals is pretty awful in a season. And we have given him a fair amount of starts. He could be a player who gets sold, although he is homegrown at club. I feel like we could end up selling some players this year who have been dead wood. There's a lot of players. I have rotated the team a lot. But there are a lot of players here who just haven't played. I'm looking at the likes, really, of Keko, for example. Keko the Gecko. I'm sorry, mate. You've just not played. Javi, you've just not played. You know, I've got other younger players who are probably as good, if not better, that I kind of need to get into the team. Am I happy with this team to end the season with? I think I have to be. I'm going to bring back in Fernandez and play him alongside Luis in the centre of the midfield. But the rest of the team is going to remain unchanged. Let's see how we get on, shall we? This is a big day for us. They have got a quite good team. They've got a familiar face in Fekir up front. Diego Lainez, Lo Celso and then Tello as a front three kind of midfield is a very good midfield as well. I'm surprised that only 8th with that strike force. We're away from home as well. This is really not an easy end to the year. There is a chance we win the league here. It's not a very big one. If it happens, it's an early Christmas miracle. I will just have all the latest scores and stuff showing. There isn't really a good place to put any of this, is there? We'll put it in the bottom left. We don't need match stats anyway. Real Madrid are winning, right? Title's gone, everyone pack up, go home. I will say, after this match, we're going to do all the end of the season awards and all that stuff, so don't go away just yet. But the fact they've gone 1-0 up so early leads me to believe that we're it's not happening. I don't want to be the pessimist, guys. And I know a lot of you like to be beacons of optimism. It probably ain't going to happen. I mean, it'll be very typical me if we now just lose and we go out in a blaze of glory. Fekir fires wide. It's a let-off. It would still be quite big to finish ahead of Barcelona in the league and beat them to second. That is relying on them slipping up, which feels unlikely. How are we already half an hour into this game? Real Madrid are still only winning 1-0. Not saying anything. We still need a bit of a goal swing. But it's not over yet. Florentino Luis, what can you do? Gives it to Fernandez. Back with Florentino Luis. They've got a very good attack force that makes me nervous to commit too many men forward. They could really punish us on the break. The title's gone, hasn't it? The title was never really there. We've never been top of the league for an extended period of time. We've kind of just hung out in this title fight and clung on. I guess if we win that last game against Villarreal, we now go into this game thinking, well, if we win 7-0, then we can win the league still. When you put it like that, it makes me feel like not so bad about things. Because the sad reality is, we're never going to swing around the goal difference. Real Madrid are 2-0 up. It's a disaster. You know what? I don't even want to see the other scores. Let's just try and win this game. The title's gone. They're winning 3-0. It's over, folks. Everyone cry. Barcelona fans, I'm sorry, you're not winning the league for a 4th year in a row. Madrid have done it this year. Let's give them a round of applause. How are Barca getting on in their game? They're winning 1-0 as well. So, third's pretty good. Oh, third's pretty good. I wanted it to go down to the wire completely, and it's just not happened. If only Osasuna hadn't lost 4-0. Goddamn Osasuna. I said I had no attachment to them, other than the fact they had one of our former players. Now I just have a burning resentment to them. Nice tackle by Nguene. We might not even win this game on the night, although David is through. Just lay it to Haaland if you have to, or just smash it at the near post. Do that. Let's take him off. Let's bring in Hurtado. If it is going to be his last game, we're going to give him a big one. Also, Florentino Luis has not played that well either. Let's mix things up. Can we press high? Can we press hard? I mean, if Hurtado scores in this game, suddenly I'm sat there thinking, do I really want to sell him? But he is using up one of our non-EU player spots, and we only have 3 of them, and they are quite precious. And if there's Premier League teams interested, and I can get more than the £7 million we paid for him, I probably have to consider the sale, considering how bang average he's been this year. Barca are winning 2-0. Right, it's gone. 3rd place is a good season, let's be honest. Going into this year, we finished 5th last year. That felt like a little bit of an overperformance at the time. But this year we've come in. I was thinking top 4, let's get Champions League football. The fact that we have so convincingly come top 3 is a really, really impressive feat. The fact we were even in this to the last game of the season shows some terrific progress. And the 4-4-2 this season, let's be honest, it has worked absolute wonders. Go on, Hurtado. Go on, my friend. He's kicked it straight at the defender. I don't know what else I expected. We've got 1 sub left. Denis Suarez has picked up an injury. Let's just play it safe. I'm going to bring in Elena for him. I don't want to go to analysis. I want to just do a shouty shout of demand more. It's 0-0 with 13 minutes left. It's a good job the title wasn't on the line, and a win would be enough here because it looks like we're not even going to win. Lainez bringing the ball forward. Did we trip him in the box? I don't think we did. I mean, they nearly scored. Blanco holds on to it. We've not been at the races in this game, although we've had 3 clear-cut chances, so maybe we have been and we're just not finishing again. I mean, Haaland's been pretty clinical in front of goal, but between Hurtado, Mina and David, well, David has got a decent amount of goals. I can't help but feel like we should have scored significantly more of our chances. Hurtado's through. Can he finish it? No. Of course he can't. Not that I'm bitter. It's his 2nd clear-cut chance of the game he's missed since he's come on. We now have a corner. What can you do, Mendes? Back post. Haaland's there. Nods it down to Hadara. Haaland back with it. The former Salzburg players linking up. And why were we shown that? Let's go very attacking. It worked in that one game against Atletico Madrid. It's a bit weird that the one game we won in this end of season run is going to be the game against Atletico Madrid, the most difficult game. And then in the other two games, we've ended up drawing them and kind of playing shockingly. The good news is, even if we'd won that game, we would have still come third. So we didn't have the heartbreak of thinking there was a chance we could win the league. But third is really, really good still. Definitely can't be upset about that. Real Madrid win the league. They're crowned champions. We finished 15 points ahead at Athletic Club Bilbao and Atletico Madrid, who both finished on 75 points. We had a really, really good season. 90 points is so, so good. That wins you the league some seasons. Unfortunately, in a league that is dominated by a couple of teams like La Liga it's unlikely to be enough consistently. You've really got to hit a slightly higher amount. Anyway, you can see here our overall best 11. Let's have a quick look at it, shall we? So, Blanco's played 91 games for the club now. That is the most in the team. Haaland has 39 goals in 70. Denis Suarez, I mean, he's my little MVP, to be fair, Denis Suarez. I feel like he's a massive, massive influence on our team who can't be underestimated. I feel like he's gone from last season, me thinking he was a little bit overpaid for what he offered, to now me genuinely believing that he is just a pinnacle and critical part of our team. He is the best and the most important cog in our machine, especially with our 4-4-2. Haaland has won player of the season. You can see signing of the year was Carlos Elena, which is a little bit surprising considering he obviously broke his ankle and missed a lot of the season. But when he was fit, he played quite well, which is good. Haaland won young player of the year. Jonathan David got goal of the season against Astana. I don't remember this goal. Was this in the 9-0? If it was, that would explain why I don't remember it, because that was a game with lots of goals. Was this the night? This was the 9-0. What was this goal by David? I didn't show this at the time. Oh, yeah, I do remember it now. Why did I not show that? That's a nutty goal. But there you go. There's his contribution to the season. £25 million well spent. We were expected to qualify for the Europa League, but we exceeded those expectations by getting Champions League football. We were one of the competition's feel-good stories. Job well done. I feel like that's the best way of looking at things. We lost to Arsenal in the Europa League, which was a bit disappointing, but it is what it is. Our fan base, that average attendance, I think is slightly higher than last year. Still only 61% full. We are playing at the former Olympic Stadium in Barcelona, so that's why we have so much stuff going on there. Has our club culture added a load of new stuff this year? It looks like they've added some new expectations. Make the most of set pieces, play high-tempo pressing football, play possession football and play attacking football. That feels like a lot of things that are kind of difficult to achieve together, but we'll do our best. Expectation is to reach the Champions League knockout stages next year. I mean, nice low bar set. Thank you very much, board. They expect Europa League qualification. We need to work within the wage budget. We've got a 4-year deal. I think, is our current contract 4 years? No, apparently it's 2 years. Right, that needs sorting out. I'm asking for a new contract in a second. I'm going to try and make the most of set pieces. Can we get rid of the set pieces one? They really want it. I'm going to keep they really like their set pieces. Right, fine. We'll make the most of set pieces to keep you happy, Felipe. I hope you're happy now. Plans for next year: qualify for the Europa League. More ambition than that. Okay. We should be aiming for the Champions League. Look at that. Good reaction. So the players think top 3 is doable next year. Who am I to question them? Where do we want to go and train next year? Apparently our current plan is to go and train in Salzburg. You know what? I like that. Let's go train with Red Bull Salzburg for the pre-season. Mendes has signed a new contract, which he's loving. Tottenham have apparently identified Onguene as a target. What's his release clause? 150 million. Excellent forethought, Jack, with setting that there. I want 100 million for him. I'm a little bit worried that teams are going to try and pluck our players apart, so I really am going to be asking for top dollar for some of our best players. If we're going to lose our players, I want teams to pay a lot for them so that I can reinvest it. There's definitely a core of the team that I want to maintain, but at the same time, if an unrejectable offer comes in, I kind of feel like we have to take it. I am a little bit concerned that by doing so well this year, we've set the bar unreasonably high, that this new coming season we're going to run into issues where the expectations are going to be high, but that's a good problem to have, I think, at the end of the day. Anyway, Haaland broke our goal-scoring record. Suarez set a club assist record with 17. Haaland's 7 player of the matches is a new record. Blanco set most clean sheets. Basically, it was a great year. And Brian Gill apparently is the man to keep an eye out for and the player to be aware of. Haaland grabbed top goal scorer with 25 goals. Zidane got manager of the year ahead of us. I mean, clearly the ginger throw is not appreciated by the Spanish media. That's all I'm going to say. Team of the year. The only player in our team who got in team of the year is Haaland. Considering we finished where we did, I think we've been robbed there. But I'll let you guys decide what you think of that. I mean, even Ibar got a player in the team of the year. Haaland got a team of the year bonus. What's that? 230,000. We can afford that. That's fine. Loads of our players have been called up for the Euro under-20s. Look at that Spanish team. You'd love to see it. Even Blanchard's been included. One of our regions. And Joan as well. I'm very happy. The future is looking bright here at Barna. But next season's going to be a challenge. I want top 3 again next year, if not a proper title challenge. And I say a proper title challenge because I think if we actually look at past positions, we were never actually top of the league at any point all year. We were in and around there. We were second a couple of times, but we were never truly kind of in control of our own destiny. And we had a good year, but is that something sustainable? That is going to be the big challenge because this year, the 4-4-2 really worked well in terms of us just not bottling it against teams you'd expect us to bottle it against. I guess that's when you exclude the 2 draws at the end of the year. I kind of feel like we have to curse our luck a little bit with the defeats against the likes of Betis and the draws that we had against Sevilla and Huesca. On another day, we get, goals in those games and it's difference makers, but unfortunately it just wasn't enough. Oh, there's a few games here that we could have won, but still, it was such a solid year. There's so little red there, which kind of makes the fact that we couldn't win the league that kind of all the more heartbreaking. Anyway, I'm quickly approaching the summer. I need to go away and have a think of things. I know people sometimes ask me, Jack, can you do the transfers live? I'm not going to do them live. I'm really sorry, but these live episodes are great. I have fun doing them, but I also like to play Football Manager whilst watching real football and doing other stuff at the same time. And I can't do that when we only play live. And for me, part of the fun of Football Manager is the fact it's a game I can play whilst doing other stuff. And I've kind of got some other stuff that I want to do, including just crying a lot about how unfortunate we were in this competition this year. But anyway, pretty good season 2, I think, by all accounts. Really, really good team performance. Haaland leading the way with goals. David and Fernandes chipping in with a lot. Assists from Mendes and Suarez were superb. Hopefully when you're back next time, you've not sold the entire team. That is the hope and dreams. Let me know who your player of the season was down in the comments. If you've got to the end of this video, go do it. It takes 2 seconds. It lets me know that you're one of the few people who get to the end of things. I'm going to go away and have a cry now. Guys, I'll see you next time for Season 3. Thank you for watching as always. It is me, Jack, and I will talk to you guys in a bit. I'm out.